20,000 years in the future, mankind has built a giant supercomputer named Dark to rule the planet. For hundreds of years, Dark has governed with wisdom and justice. But now the unthinkable has happened. Dark is malfunctioning and humanity is writhing in the grasp of a ruthless tyrant. Dark has built a fleet of robot warships to patrol the skies and has created an army of mutant monsters to guard the underground bases, from which he now terrorizes mankind. Lulled by hundreds of years of peace, the people of Earth are defenseless against the minions of Dark. But two brave young men, following an ancient legend of Greek mythology, have devised mechanical wings to bear them aloft in search of Dark's hidden fortress. Armed with the last remaining guns and missiles from a crumbling arsenal, you must fly them across the continents and oceans to seek out and destroy the cruel Colossus. If you fail, mankind is lost. Take wing, legendary soldiers. This is Legendary Wings from Capcom, released in 1988. Also available on the arcade. Very fun game. Very fun game. I like this game a lot. Very hard though. Translates to The Wings of Ares. It's a fantasy-themed shoot-'em-up. Initially coin-operated arcade in 1986. In which we take control of a young soldier equipped with magical wings who must save the world from a malfunctioning supercomputer. The NES version was exclusive to North America, released in '88. The original coin-op version is included in Capcom Classics Collection Volume 1 for the PS2, Xbox, and the Capcom Classics Collection Remix for the PSP. The coin-op version can be played by up to 2 players simultaneously, with the second player being allowed to join in the game at any time or continue after game over. Really much like normal arcade games. The game consists of 5 areas with 2 different playing styles. The first segment in each is a top-view vertical scrolling shooter segment in which we fly across the screen, shooting airborne enemies with guns or dropping bombs on ground enemies in order to reach the palace at the end of the segment. When we defeat the Guardian and gain entrance to the palace, the game switches to a side-scrolling perspective in which we move toward their goal on foot by walking, crouching, climbing ladders, as well as jumping. Upon reaching the boss at the end, of which the player will begin to fly with their wings again. In addition to the regular enemies, there are 2 optional levels that are accessible via the vertical scrolling segment. A trap level, which the player is forced to escape from if they're sucked in by the giant mechanical face on each area, and a hidden bonus level where we can obtain various treasures to increase our score. Our weapons can be powered up by picking up P items stored inside weapon capsules, and we can power up to 5 levels. The initial power-up, and this is the arcade game, will increase our speed. Second will change the gun to a twin shot, as well as further increase their speed. Third allows for continuous ground attacks. Fourth improves the player's gun so that it shoots in 3 directions. And the fifth and final power-up will upgrade to the Psycho Flame Gun, which will destroy most enemies in a single hit. When the player is shot by an enemy, they will lose a life and revert to their initial power level. The NES version features several significant differences. While the basic premise and formula remain the same, several changes were made, particularly in how power-ups work. Like the arcade game, the player can upgrade their firepower by picking up the P icons. That we can improve our firepower up to 4 levels. Starting with the normal gun, we can get the twin laser, a penetration beam, a 3-way flame shot, and the 4th will turn us into a Firebird, which can shoot wide shots and have a weapon 4 times as powerful as the default gun. If we are shot during a power-up state, it will simply revert the player to their previous power level. If the player is in Firebird mode, we can withstand up to 2 direct hits from an enemy before getting a downgrade. To continue after a game over, the player must retrieve heart icons hidden within the game's bonus levels to gain continues. Up to 9 continues can be stocked. Michelle Hart, who was originally the red-suited character, makes an appearance in Marvel vs. Capcom as one of several support characters who assist the main fighters in combat. She also appears as a trading card in SNK's Card Fighter series. And then Namco vs. Capcom, the character Sylphie, the shopkeeper from Forgotten Worlds, dresses up as Michelle Hart when she performs one of her special attacks. She was replaced with the generic blonde man for the NES version. Very fun game, very early Capcom. Players of the original Mega Man game will recognize a lot of the sound effects because they were used over. Hard, very hard game, but a lot of fun and very rewarding when you actually complete it.